Good morning. This is Aaron Friedman, and I'm going to talk about today's DraftKings and Fanduel slates for today, October 25th. Um, we have a fun slate here. We have some of the games of the day are this Mizzou Vanderbilt game, and then for fantasy, very interested in Georgia Tech. I think there's some fun pieces in this BYU Cincinnati game. So let's dive in. So let's do 20 lineups and see what we get first of all, to see who's chalk and whatnot. I think Sorsby and King will be pretty popular. I'm fine paying up for Byron Brown too on both sites. And there's some decent, they did a nice job where there aren't any like 3K pricing errors, which I don't like if you've been watching my videos. Okay, so here's what we got. A lot of Jamari Taylor, he's been good. Destroyers, he's interesting. I don't really love running back today. And I might try to push more wide receiver in the flex. Let's see. So for here, I'd probably make a rule to only have one of the Mississippi State receivers. Let's see who else we're getting. Yeah, because especially if we're not playing Shapen against Texas defense, I don't want two receivers without him. So that's one thing I'll make a rule for off the top. King and Sorsby don't need to be stacked. Neither does Byron Brown. So some things I'll do is I'll make the fantasy point projection begin at 8, and that way we're only dealing with 114 players. So I can make that stack rule exactly 0 of for Brennan Thompson and for Booth's a running back. He's I don't know. There's some, if Bothwell's back, that takes away his shine. I don't usually do this, but I like the receivers a lot better today. So I'll probably do like a 70-30 split and chase some upside. Another rule I want is Sawyer Robertson, I want more of than we didn't get any initially. We didn't get any initially, but so no less than one receiver for the same team. And then I want Sorsby if I'm playing Robertson on both sites. This Baylor game could be really fun. Huge total. Cincinnati's in the conference lead. They're playing really well. Sorsby's super consistent. So let's look at quarterbacks that it was a pretty tight quarterback pool. I'm fine with those top 3 guys. Let's see if there's any other. Fernando Mendoza, I do want some exposure to. Um, Huge implied team total. I probably want some Chandler Morris too against UNC's defense. And he's been pretty good. So Ty Simpson's interesting too. I don't think he's gonna have much exposure. Let's see what we get. So let's make everyone 50%. Chandler Morris, I'm probably okay. So this right off the bat, we're seeing our rules take in place. So Sawyer Robertson with Sorsby with a receiver. We got the here's a double stack. Where's my guy Royer? He's a tight end for Cincinnati who seems to be coming on. And then if you look in flex, we're getting a lot of receiver, and which is what I like. I'm not crazy about these running backs. Somebody like Surratt can easily outscore. Maybe we'll make a Mendoza rule too to get one of his guys in. Huge total. Looks like our projections are pretty low on Nico. I'm pretty sure he plays. That might be precautionary. Where's my guy Royer? The nice thing about Cincinnati is you don't need to stack Sorsby per se. I do like the game stack, but the receiver options aren't super exciting for Cincinnati. Same with King. King, you can run naked. The receivers are kind of, I don't know. I like Rutherford generally. They're like nice real players, but you'll watch them on TV and they're nice, but they're not. It's not a passing offense. Same for Iowa State. There's some cheap options if you're in this range. Yeah, that receiver on both sites there's like upside plays, but nobody's like has a crazy projection. Or Satanga was like 3,600 for a few weeks. And then now he's pretty fairly priced here. Um, I don't know. I'm really not loving running back today, so I may like do like 40%. Let's do 75-25. I don't know. Destroyers, Sutton Smith's in play too, so it's not an amazing spot. That it's a 26 team total, which is kind of below average. Even guys like Joe Jackson, he's up to 7K. So that's pushing more of Booth than we may have originally thought. Haynes has struggled all year. Washington, I think, is hurt. So I definitely don't want him, which makes it a fun passing game. The Iowa State has their own. Hansen, I think, will be back. We're giving him a projection, which hurts him and Sama. Willis has really struggled. Yeah, it's you could like go on, and it's just not a very comfortable group of running backs. We don't have the spend ups like Jeremiah Love or and even somebody like Ahmad Hardy he's like below 60 yards in the past couple of games. I don't know. I may end up boosting him because of the volume. But so we're looking pretty good. I like we're getting in our Mendoza, we're getting in our Robertson. So I like where we're at. It's not the most exciting slate, I don't think, but I don't think you'll need massive scores out of running back. So let's look at Fanduel here. And then there's some more games that I like. This Illinois-Washington game kind of gives me some Illinois-Purdue vibes from a few weeks ago when Ryan Brown threw for 300 yards against the Illinois defense. So that I think is a sneaky spot. We have some interesting Michigan news. So Haynes is questionable, and that kind of kills Marshall for me. And it's a night game, so you have limited pivots in this small this small night window. All the marquee games, I mean, besides the LSU one's a big one, but a lot of the marquee games like Vandy are in the earlier windows. So let's do. So I lowered Marshall because he's out of play for me. If I don't want to deal with it either in the late slate and like having to rebuild with a few options. So let's see what we get. Notice we're at 310 players right now because we haven't done the fantasy point range. But in the meantime, we can build our stacks. We can do Robertson with one receiver. I really like Hawkins today. Robertson with Sorsby. Demond with Tommy Altmaier. I keep saying Tommy Altmaier, Tommy DeVito, and Luke Altmaier, Tommy DeVito being the predecessor. We're getting a lot of Auburn receive. I think I'd want one per lineup. I do like Cam Coleman. They're pretty concentrated at receivers, so Coleman and Singleton are popping. But I'd probably want just, one of the two of them, and you're getting a lot of lineups with two of them. I have a lot of Cobb and Martin today. So let's see what we have. So we haven't done the percentages yet. So let's do this. In 2 swipes, we'll do 50% global max. See, the 310 will make it to 8. And that brought us down to about 100 players. You don't have to worry about the flex. And then it's 100% super flex. So just leave this alone on a big Saturday or main slate. And then let's see what we get. Okay. I'm way under on Mateer. He just hasn't been producing since the hand injury, the thumb injury. So but this is a really solid group. I like Underwood's pretty sneaky per dollar. I like Martin a lot. But we're gonna have to force in Demond and Luke Altmaier. I'll probably stack Altmaier with one of his receivers. But it's not an exciting, just like DraftKings, it's not an exciting running back room. Okay, so now it looks like we're getting a little too much Altmaier. So I need to correct this. But the player pool I like a lot at quarterback. Martin and Cobb are two of my favorites. Hawkins I like a lot. I'll add Underwood with +1. So let's see if the Altmaier and Demond exposure got back to what we want. And then we should be good to go. Let's see. Okay, so now kind of the opposite problem. We got a lot of Underwood. Yeah, kind of a tight pool at running back. Marsh I like, but maybe like down here. Yeah, I think we're pretty. This is like where I want to be pretty much. So 20% on Underwood, fine. All right, I think that's it for today. Good luck to everyone and enjoy the games.